Have you guys ever wanted to take a turn-based tactics game, a puzzle game, and a retro style and combine them all into one and see what you get? Well, you get Dark Pact. Dark Pact is a brand new turn-based tactics puzzle game that is incredible. It's a lot of fun. It's really cutesy too. The dialogue is a little wacky, but the game really pushes your focus. It pushes the difficulty on you, and it really forces you to learn, replay levels, and really know how to play the enemy like a chess match. You gotta know. And it really works well. I haven't played a game like this, and I think it's such a niche game and it's so unique to the genre that I do think that more games like it are going to be coming out. So if you ever played a game called Escape the Breach, it's kind of similar in that notion, but at the same time, it's really unique. So let's talk about it. I'm Big At 227, and I love tactics games. So to start off, the Dark Pact is really straightforward. You have to survive for 5 turns or defeat a boss or get to a point. But the main objective is going to be survive 5 turns without anyone dying. So you have 4 characters that you control, and they range from a knight, a ranger, a fox, and then your mage, who's really like the main character of the story. She's the big, thing. And it's really unique how when you're battling, while you're in control of these characters, you have to literally focus in on every other character on the screen. So whether that be like a villager or a miner who only has like 1 or 2 HP but they can attack, or you also have like knights with you, some squire type characters who will move and attack after you do your movement phase and your action phase pretty much. So the game works in 3 different phases. You have your phase where you move, shoot, do whatever you have to do. And then once you hit the space bar or end turn, your units, like your allies, will go, do whatever they have to do. Then the enemy will go and either push you around, attack you, or spawn more enemies. And it took me a really long time to get used to this system since the enemies, they just never stop coming. But you could use the enemies against the enemies, which is something I absolutely love to do. You could place them into specific areas where it blocks off enemies from spawning, or even use them, push an enemy into another enemy attack. So that brings me to my next point where everything is telegraphed. You know where they're going to go, you know who they're going to hit, you know what's going to happen. But did you make the right moves 3 turns ago to survive this move? And you obviously have the option to go all the way back to the original turn. Any movement you make, you could undo. And it really is this trial and error chess game where you need to get the correct moves, perfect the moves, learn from your enemy, and learn from your own mistakes, saying, oh, this might have been a great decision currently, but afterwards it turned out pretty poor. From there, I want to talk about the player abilities. So each character has different abilities. They have different ultimates, and they all play extremely differently. For example, the Fox, one of my favorite characters, is a heavy support type character. They'll be able to dish out some heals, attack anyone, and make them basically enrage them and have them follow them, or run through enemies and just push them all to the side. Pushing is so important in this game just to get your friends or the enemies into specific positions so they could either pull off a move or miss the move. The knight is a powerhouse. He might be slower, but he hits for 3-4 damage, usually instantly killing an enemy, or being able to do like an AoE line attack, or even going to like his ultimate, which you get later on in the game, which is like a rage attack, which pushes all the enemies aside and makes them run away in fear. And then we have the mage, main character of the game. She does explosions. She could basically like throw down a meteor that will create a rock, and that rock is, let me tell you something, that thing will save you so many times. Then her ultimate is I think it's a 3x3 fire explosion that does 5 damage, which is really useful. But again, you have to know when to use it and how to use it. I usually save those for either the very beginning, just to get some like leeway, a little brief of respite from the oncoming onslaught, or I save it for the very end when it's like a boss or an enemy that I know that needs to die, and there's no other way for me to kill it other than doing this. So it's kind of like how you have like ebb and flow it. And then we have Lancelot, the Ranger of Range. He's pretty much the archer, and he He has a boomerang, and he does just archer things. He could act twice. He could refresh. His ultimate is refreshing his abilities, his entire thing. So him acting twice, him moving twice, anything you think of like that. And the boomerang is really interesting. It'll be able to go from, you could either direct it. So, oh, I want the boomerang, like first hit, it's gonna go left or up, whatever. And the second hit, oh, it's gonna go down or right, something like that. And it really, really adds like this crazy amount of freedom and like the combinations that you are able to do and how you plan your attack and how you attack enemies. And then comes your friendly units, who you have to keep, who are the hardest thing to keep alive because they have such low health, and they just don't listen half the time. They're not gonna do anything. They're just gonna kind of just take it, and it's so tough. That's the hardest part of the whole game, keeping everyone alive. Because if you could like, if I had the choice of like, oh yeah, I lost one guy, and just like been able to move forward, oh my god, it would have been just the easiest thing. But keeping everyone alive is the hardest task. And I didn't think it was going to be that hard in the beginning. I was like, oh, yeah, like whatever. Just kill the enemies first, right? No, 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 no. There are some bosses where it is work. It is work to keep these guys alive. You're pushing, you're pulling, you're moving, you're grooving. I don't even know what I'm doing. And that's usually what's happening. But it works. It does work because the warriors that you have are useful. Like they will kill, they will attack. But it's just finding that rhythm, finding that, what works best. And I think for me, it was really just, if I was losing too much, I'd just stop playing. I'd just take a little break and I'd come back and be able to do it. So it's really about finding that ebb and flow, thinking, like literally just thinking, hey, like what are we gonna do next? And also using the enemies against them. I know one boss is the beholder from, like D&D type beholder. And he shoots lasers. That's like his main thing. He just shoots lasers. But the lasers, like it's in a room full of like chests. And the lasers are able to redirect off each character or object. So I was fighting him and, it took me a while. But at one point I noticed I was like, oh wait, if I push this chest, he's going to be lined up to redirect it at himself. It was literally a perfect square. And it did like 10 damage. He has 20 damage, 20 health total. So I already took off like half of his health just by doing that. And then I literally just blew him up with the 5 damage, meteor spell, the nuke spell, and then shot him twice with Percival, and then one time with the knight, and that was it. So it made it so much easier when I just stopped. Just like, oh, stop thinking, stop doing. Just sit back, relax for a little bit, and then get back into it. And it made the experience so much better. Again, that's the gameplay of it. Really straightforward, really fun. There is a map that's, a little challenging. It's one you're just solo, you're playing as the mage, and you're trying to make your way through this passage. And you really have to know what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. Since the enemies are coming after you, you don't have a lot of time. And it took me a little bit to get through that. And then obviously there's like the second boss round, which is the dragon fight where the dragon's fighting with you and you have to fight their son. And let me tell you, fighting adds like the enemies around and this boss. Oh my god, I don't even know how I made it through. That thing took me like 2 days. I honestly have no idea how I made it happen, but we made it work. And now let's talk about the story, because I don't want to give away anything like too heavy. Gameplay wise, you kind of know, you get a feel for it. Everything I just mentioned is pretty much the entirety of the gameplay. Very, very straightforward. It is your moves and actions all are straightforward. You just find that perfect combination. But in the story, again, I'm not going to give away spoilers, but the story is very cutesy. It's a very, very cute retro style story. It's fun. It's fun. It's goofy. It does not take itself seriously at all. It's like, okay, let's get wacky. Let's get a little wacky. Let's have them be cheeky. We're going to get down with it. And I really, really enjoy when a story does not take itself seriously. Like they're very self-aware of what they are in the confines of the game that they built. So that's something I really, really enjoy. And I think it's something that people would look forward to when trying out, like, oh yeah, like I don't have to really like dive too deep into the story when I could just focus on the gameplay and just thinking on what I have to do next. And this is where people might seem a little off, and it's the art style. I enjoy the art style. I love pixel style. I love retro-inspired games. And I know a lot of people are not on board with that, but I do think this puts it into like the strength of that 32-bit, 16-bit era where it feels like you're playing an SNES game all over again, but it feels really good. And I like it. I like the way the graphics flow. I like the way the characters interact, the enemies interact, their movements, their idle animations. And I overall think it's just a really, really fun experience. Just sit down. It's not super long. It's about 20 missions or give or take around there. But again, it's not super long. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna be in and out every now and then. And I think if you love puzzle games more so than tactics games, you're gonna really enjoy this. Thankfully, I like both puzzle games and tactics games, so I did really enjoy this. But again, I don't think it is for everyone in that regard. You just have to know what you're getting into. Because initially, it does seem like just like a tactics game, but it does really, really become a tight puzzle game where it's knowing every single one of your moves before they even happen, type beat. But if you enjoy that type of game, absolutely check out the Dark Pact. It is really, really fun, and I think you guys would enjoy it. If you don't, you don't. That's okay. I'm Big Up to the 7, and if you guys like tactics games, turn-based games, I'm always covering them. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any games you want me to cover, your thoughts on the Dark Pact, how it looks, how it feels, how it functions. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!